Okay, Shir sponsor Lui Nishmas, Aram Shalom, and Lab Sitzchok. We're holding in Bubukamud of base, starting the fascinating sugya of a Kelev Shenot Charo, meaning that we have Chav base and Mudalef, 5 lines on the top. Itma says the one.
Chav base.
B'Yochanan Omar, Ishoy Mishum Chitzov, V'Shlokish Omar Isha Mishum Moed. This is a very important sugya. The sugya is, how do I treat Eish? Do I treat Eish as Chitzov or Isha Mishum Moed? And just first of all, just the words. What does it mean, Isha Mishum Chitzov, Isha Mishum Moed? So Rashi explains, let's see Rashi inside. Mishum Chitzov Chiva Akosov, the Iu Kovid, the Avi Kizoyrik Chetz. A person can throw an arrow, and a person can throw a fire. Fire is me going ahead. Isha Mishum Moed means that Eish is like my own moment. Like I have a short, like I have a masoi, a board, let's say, and then I have Eish. I own it. It's my nechosah. Is it me? Is it me? It's like me throwing something, or is it Ish or is it Mishum? That's over here the discussion. The let's talk Ish Mishum Chitzov. A lot of raid in the Achronim how to say it. Is a mamish considered to be koichoi? Reb Chaim, there's a famous Reb Chaim about it. Do we really mamish considered to be that's mamish him, or is the Torah made it him? There's enough kaminas. In other words, do I look at Eish that a mamish throwing an arrow, or no? There is other things involved. Reb Chaim points it out. And there's also a big biskurov in the sugya that Eish is not only me. There's wind. There is other elements that participate in the fire. It's not only me, but the Torah made it as if it's only me. Isha B'Shor Moina means my mom. In Isha B'Shor Moina here we have a very big machlokes Rashi Taisis. Because Rashi learns Isha B'Shor Moina, if you learn that Eish is your mammon, so you need to own the Eish. If you look at Lashon Rashi, Rashi says, Mishur Moina Kishoy Oboy Shisiku, Kasaka Daitoch, what happens if he takes a coal that is not his? According to Rabbi Yochanan, it's chayav because it's his arrows. According to Rishlaki, it's patur because it's not mine, it's not mine. So Rashi learns when we say Isha Mishur Moina, it means literally Mishur Moina. It's my moment. And what if it's not my moment? I'm going to be patur. Toys argues fiercely on Rashi. Toys learns that it's a chiyuv moment. The chiyuv moment means it's considered to be your moment that's going in mazik, but it's not a moment. You have to own it. If I light a fire, that's what makes it my moment. Right? That's what he says. And he brings rayas to it from different rayas. And there's a lot talking about that. Rayas to Rashi, explaining Rashi, and Toys, etc. But again, the main likud here is Rashi learns Isha B'Shor Moina means I need to own it. Toisa, own it. You need to own it. The Eish has to be mine. So if I take a coal, my friend, you're going to be potter.
Versus what?
Versus, what do you mean versus what?
You said one treat has to be mine.
According to Toisa, if I take the coal of my friend and I put the coal on a godish, I'll be chayav. Because I created the fire. So that's machlokes. Do I have to, or is that supposed to be my fire? Or is it supposed to be fire that can be, I use someone else's fire?
The Gemara mentioned before that the Caleb had a stick.
That's what we're talking about.
We're talking about.
Yeah. The Gemara is going to now refer, that's what we get into the sugya. Because the sugya refers to the Caleb. So that's right away the machlokes. How do you look at Ish? Says the Gemara, Rishlakish, my time in law, like Rabbi Yochanan. Rishlakish disagreed with Rabbi Yochanan. This is what we mentioned before. An arrow goes only because of my power. Fire, there's other elements over here. You have to have fuel, you have to have air, you have to have wind. So it's not really me. Rabbi Yochanan, my time, Rabbi Yochanan, not saying Rishlakish. Mammon is something which is tangible. I can hold on, I can touch my shore, I can touch my goat. I can't touch fire. It's not mamashas. Chaitz, when I send the arrow, I can't touch your power that sends the arrow. It's not tangible. But you know that my power, my strength, through the arrow. So that's similar to fire, which my strength through the fire. But you can't say that it's my moment, right? So it's here. So that's why it's different. Four brings two difference. Now, something we mentioned earlier in the week, and tomorrow in the Chabur, Be'ez Hashem, that's what we're going to discuss. Everybody's invited. Chabur is at 9:30 over here. Very Gishmak Chabur is going to here.
9:30?
9:30 a.m. in the morning. There is, I'm just going to mention the Nekudo, because it's here. The Nekudo goes right in this stuff. There's the Nemuki Yosef. The Nemuki Yosef has a question. He says, how do I light candles every Shabbos? If I light candles every Shabbos, Isho Mishum Chitzov. So it's my koyach that goes and is lighting and doing the fire. Right? He's doing the fire on Shabbos. So it says the Nemuki Yosef.
Before Shabbos.
Before Shabbos, I light the candle.
Right.
And it continues going on Shabbos. It's burning the fuel on Shabbos.
Yeah, therefore.
And it's my koyach. It's like as if I'm doing it. So I'm doing it on Shabbos.
If you're viewing it this way, like your arrow.
Yeah. Why is it not me?
You're going to stop the minute you did it. You're going to stop.
No, but we hold Yeshiva Shuchitzov. If I hold Yeshiva Shuchitzov, my koyach did not stop. That's the only thing Yeshiva Shuchitzov. That my Aish is coming from my power. So it's coming from my power, I'm lighting on Shabbos. I can't say that.
So, but if you view it,
You're relighting it every second.
It's considered to be me doing it. That's what it means koyach. So I'm lighting on Shabbos.
but if you shot an arrow, then the arrow left.
Right, but it's still considered my koyach.
No, but we don't say it's your car.
It is. We hold to their koyach. If the arrow left and then it killed somebody,
Right.
I'm chayav over there the killing. I don't say it's not me anymore.
But why isn't it because you started it?
Because star is not enough. That we'll see also the sugi over here. There has to be that I'm doing it. We'll see Lagabe the animal in a moment. So says the Nemuki Yosef. So the Nemuki Yosef says, yes, you're right. It's going to be I'm doing it. But I put all my power in the beginning. In the beginning, all that's going to happen, it's already there. All that's going to happen, it's already there. I did it. Yeah, I'm doing it the whole time. But when did I finish doing it? I did it already in the beginning. Meaning, this goes back, and that's why that's going to be the Chabur tomorrow. And Daf Yud Zayin with base, the Gemara asked, when someone throws an item from the roof, is it considered to be that everything's going to happen? It's already happened. Mashka says, it's already happened. Whatever's going to happen later already happened in the beginning.
Which way?
What?
It's going to break anyway.
It's going to break. So it's already, I already did everything before Shabbos. That's the L'chura that the Nemuki Yosef says. And that doesn't work with Tosis, because Tosis learned in Daf Yud Zayin with base, when you throw a cleave from the roof, so then you go Basami Kara. When you throw an arrow, you don't go Basamikra. So Chudim cases arguing Tosis, that's what the Tosis learns. They argue Tosis. There's a problem with this Nemuki. So this is the Nemuki, very famous Nemuki. Everybody speaks about Nemuki Yosef, right? The issue is not an issue. Maybe also just to mention one thing about that is that on Hanukkah, when it comes Erev Shabbos Hanukkah, here's the Shem in 2 weeks. When do you light your Hanukkah candles? You light it before the time. We have a halacha. The halacha is, in a regular day in Hanukkah, kafsa ain't zokukla. When the Hanukkah candle is extinguished, it's fine. I lit it, I was supposed to lit it for at least half an hour, right? When it goes to regular night. Comes the time, let's say it's 7 p.m. I light at 7 p.m. After 1 minute, it went out. I had enough fuel, I had anything, something happened. Do I have to relight it? Mi kardin? You don't. It's kafsa ain't zokukla. Why? Because at lo koisa mitzvah. When I light it, that's how the halacha is. But what about I have Shabbos? I didn't light it on time. I lit it 3 hours early. And it cuffs up. You have to relight it again or not. So that's a big machlokes to Sadesh and the Taz.
You mean what? It didn't hit this month?
Yeah. So Sadesh learns you don't have to relight it. So says Taz, why not? I didn't get to this month. I didn't do it at the right time. So say that some of the Achronim, the Bizdei Chelet brings it because Isha Mishum Chitzov, and Isha Mishum Chitzov goes to the beginning of Nemuki Yosef. The same when you light candles on Shabbos. Consider you already did everything in the beginning. So when you light Chanukah, Erev Shabbos, if you did everything in the beginning. That's what I want to say. That's connection to Chanukah. But more about that and the other way to understand things, we'll be the Shem speak about tomorrow. It says the Gemara, you have a dog, who took the charor. That's our Mishnah. He took the cake that has coal. He goes to the Godish. So what does the Gemara understand? He's taking the charor and he's taking the cake and he's putting the cake on the Godish. And now the coal turns to be fire and it burns the Godish. So you say you chayav it. Why? If you hold the Eish means your koyach chitz of the kelev. It's like the koyach of the kelev. It's like the kelev is doing it. Yeah. And it's chayav. You chayav on koyach. And that's going to be as we're going to say soon. That's why it's going to be chatzinezik because that's tzoyris. Koyach it's tzoyris. It's a mamoin. Hayesh lamamoin the bal kelevu the meish lamamoin. And you can't. We have a rule throughout the entire Masechta we started already earlier that an animal doesn't have ownership. So the animal doesn't own the woman. So it's like just imagine it's as if the dog, impossible. Just to give it, he encouraged an ox to go and do a nezek. You're not having that. If the kelp did it himself, chayav. But if it's not himself, not. If you hold ishu chitzov, the dog did the nezek. You hold ishu you're not doing it. Why chayav? Talking about he threw the coal. He ate the cake, so you have to pay for the cake. You're not paying for the entire Godish. You're paying only where the coal hit the Godish. Godish kula potter. You put on the Godish. Why you put on the Godish? You chayav only where the coal hit the Godish.
He ate the cake. He's chayav and nezek
I'll share, yeah. The Mishnah said, chayav nezek shalom. But when it says chayav chatzinez, they're referring to when he threw the gecheles and the gecheles hit the Godish, that place where it hit, chatzinez. Here on doesn't pay anything else. Yeah, the Mishnah said for sure. Rabbi Yochanan disagrees. How is he going to explain it? He didn't throw it. He put the gecheles on the Godish. On the charoro and the place where he put it, the plain nezek shalom, because that's mamash begufa. Because it's tzoyros, because he holds the isha mishum chitzov. So the fire is the tzoyros of the dog.
What's the difference between the case before?
No, it's machlekes. According to Rabbi Yochanan, isha mishum chitzov. So the fire that goes from the dog, wherever it goes, you chayav al tzoyros. According to Rish Lakish, you're not chayav on the fire. Only when he threw it, you're chayav on the place where it hit, but not anymore. The rest of the fire you put. You have a gamal, he says, carrying on him flax. And it's going to the and the flax goes into the store. And then it got lit with the fire of the chenvoni. And made the house on fire. Why? Because he caused the fire. Through what? Through his camel. If the chenvoni put the candle outside, it's his fault. Why are you putting the candle outside? Here the first what he asked, why he mentioned this is a quote from the Mishnah in Daf Samech Beis. Why bring this part of the Mishnah? It has nothing to do with the sugi. We want to bring a raya that you chayav on fire. So that permission is not needed. Okay. Just maybe to mention one thing, it's the Shomach show of tonight, but just to mention one thing, that the only place in the entire Shas Mishnayos that we mention Ner Chanukah is this Mishnah. There's no other place in the entire Shas Mishnayos to mention Ner Chanukah. We mention Chanukah, the time of Chanukah, but Ner Chanukah is mentioned only once, and this is this Mishnah. Something fascinating, more about that in the Shomach Shava, when you can listen. Says the Gemara, so going back to the Sugya. So you have a camel that put the flax into the fire and made the fire go into the house. So that's the fire of the Gamel, because it's considered to be his koyach. It says, why chayav? The camel doesn't own the fire. Says the Gemara, similar question to the dog. We're talking about she didn't just let the flax go into the house and then the fire went on its own. And you're right. But talking the camel is with the flax and it's like moving with the flax and touching the house, touching another part of the house, another part of the house. It's going and spreading the fire beyadai. If so, he must look at the next part. If you put the candle outside, chinmoni is chayav. So if it's chayav, why chayav? The camel did it. Yes, he put a fire outside. It's not right to put fire outside. But the camel's going all around the house and making it all full of fire. So the first fire, he's chayav. But the whole thing, why is he chayav? Says the Gemara B'Shom. We talking about it did not move. The Gemara. It stood in one place. And by being in one place, it pushed the fire all over the house. Says the Gemara, again, the same question. What did the Chevani, what do you want to the Chevani? Is the fault of the Baal Gomel? Talking about that the camel is urinating. So you can't move it. You can't move it. And that's why Schavas Gemara explains it on the base. In the beginning, the Baal Gomel Chayav, when it went into the house, because even though because the Baal Gomel should have put so much flax on the camel. But Seifel Chirvani Chayav But in the Seifel, that he put the candle outside, he's Chayav. So we're talking about a case where they're both almost, that's as we should explain. Right now, once it happened, it's oinus. Because the camel has flax, it catches fire, the camel stays stuck, you can't move it. And it's putting fire all over. Now they can't stop it. So the problem is, this is a discussion why you would compare it, it's almost chilos of pshia v'seven boys. You made pshia by doing something wrong. Now you're nice. So, simple understanding, chilos of pshia v'seven boys, in this case, the more understands chayav, or at least according to Madamar chayav. So question, who did the pshia? So if it went inside, you say the Balak Agamo is chayav, why did you put so much flax going into someone's house? If the chedbani put the candle outside, so the chedbani is chayav because why you put your candle outside, causing these things to happen. Okay, says the Gemara. Says the Gemara, Toshma, Hamadling is the Godish. Lights the Godish. Vayagdi kofusloi ve'evet samuchloi. You have a sheep next to the Godish, tied to the Godish. The Gdi cannot run away. And the Evet is next to the Godish, but it couldn't run away. Fenisraf imo, and they got burned. Chayav. Who is the Chayav on? The Gdi. Because the Gdi could not run away. And he burned the animal. So he's Chayav on the animal. Good. Now there. Evet kofus loy v'gdi samuch. What happens? The opposite case. The Evet is kofus loy. He's tied to the Godish. So he can't run away. And the Gdi is next to it. So then, why is he potter? As it wasn't explained, he's chayav on killing the Evet. Chayav on killing the Evet, so you potter on the sheep. Says the Gemara, Bishlamo lemando amar ishu mishu chitzov mishuvachi potter, because it's killing the Amini, right? When he puts fire and kills the Evet, he's chayav in killing the Evet with a fire. Chayav misa. Killing the Amini. But elamando meish mishu amoinoi imai potter. Why is he potter? If you hold the fire is not you, so if your fire killed somebody, you're not going to be chayav misa. Ilukoto toire avdo hachenam do mechayav. If the shore of an Adam killed somebody, it's not going to be chayav. I killed. It's not me. It's my mommy. So you see over here the fire to the beating is literally killing the person. That's his potter. He lit the fire in the body of the Evet. The Kimlim Yavini, right? He lit the fire mamash in the Evet, and that's his Kimlim Yavini. Yachi Mailan If so, what's Chiddush? The Chiddush is, the Gedi is owned by one person, and the Ev is owned by another person. This is a discussion. Do you say Kimli the Rabbi? This I think has to do with Makis. Do you say Kimli the Rabbi from one person to another? If a person went, Reuben took Shimon's Chayfetz on Shabbos, and he stole the Chayfetz and did Yisur Shabbos at the same moment, so he's potter. Why? Kimli the Rabbi. He's getting Misa, he's getting Momin to the same person. Kimli the Rabbi means what's Kimli the Rabbi? You give him Misa now. If he's Chayav Misa to Reuven in the moment to Shimon, like the case over here, the Eved belongs to Reuven, is Chayav Misa for the Reuven. The Gedi belongs to Shimon, in the moment to Shimon, maybe you don't say Kimli L'Arminei. That's a Chiddush. You do say Kimli L'Arminei, you only the Misa. Yeah, that's what this she told. So like this, but the Gemara wants to say this Mishnah holds Kimli L'Arminei even on two different people. Even on two different owners. So the discussion. Even on two different owners. Now, sounds like more answers. Now, the Rashba here is a very important Rashba. Because the Rashba asks, why do you have Kimli L'Arminei? He lit the fire. And the fire already started, it's on the same time. Kimli L'Arminei is only when it happens at the same time. So, he lit the fire, he killed the Eved. And with the fire, he started, you have the fire on the Godish too. And it's on the same time. So the Rashba says that no, it is happening at the same time. Because when he puts the fire on the Eved. Like the Gemara says, we kill the and that fire is doing the kill. So it's all happening in one moment. That's what Rashba says. And on this Rashba, there's a lot of rate. Do you agree with it? Do we say that when these kill in the same moment, why is it considered to be the same thing or not? But that's one good to know over here. One other good just to have as or Bam, which is another discussion on its own. We spoke about here two cases. One case was the Gedi was tied up, and the Eved was released. So you say the Eved should run away. Then we spoke about the opposite case, that the Eved was tied up, and the Gedi was open. So you put on the Eved because of Kimli L'Arminei. What happens if the Gedi and the Eved are released? You're not chayav misa on the Eved should run away. Do you chayav on the Gedi? Rashi says yes. Because by a Gedi, you don't say you have to run away. Gedi doesn't have das. Sometimes it doesn't. You say, in the first case, the Gedi was tied up. The Gedi is tied, the Mishnah says, the Gedi is tied up and the Eved is open. So Rashi says, I love dafka. It doesn't matter if the Gedi is tied or not tied. You always chayav on the Gedi. Why did the Mishnah say Gedi tied up? Because we spoke by everything's tied up, so when we spoke about the Gedi, we said Gedi tied up. But other Rishonim arguing Rashi, they say no. The Mishnah said Gedi tied up purposely to tell you that only when it's tied up, you are chayav. Because the Gedi can't run away. But if the Gedi has the option to run away, you should run away. You're not chayav for the fact that the Gedi didn't run away. In other words, we can relate to this. The Gedi has a natural tendency to run away. If he didn't run away, it's not my fault. He should have run away if he was able to, unless it was stuck. So that's the big machlokes in the Rishonim. Over here, Rashi learns a chayav on a Gedi which is not tied up, and other Rishonim hold you don't. It toises here. There's a lot of big distoises over here. I understand everything. Okay. Says the Gemara, Toshma, another raya. Hashalach asabiyir. This we learned earlier, right? This we learned in the Gemara mentioned. Hashalach asabiyir. Biyad chereshet v'koton. It says the Gemara did not mention exactly. The Gemara mentioned. We'll see in a moment. The Gemara says biyad chereshet v'koton. Potter b'din odom v'chav b'din shamayim. So he's potter b'din odom. It's not my fault. The cheresh did it, and his chayav only did shamayim. B'shaman no ishu shu chitzov the cheresh. So he's saying why should I be chayav on the fire? The fire was done by the cheresh. So the cheresh, he's the one who did it. So yeah, there's no das. But the mice, he did it. I'm not responsible. If it's a shomoy, ilu mosar shayu lecheresh to the kato, and if you give a shor to people that are not by das, hachanav don't be chayav. Right? Is that chayav? So why is it chayav? So this is what we saw in Naftes. Yeah. When we said that he put on the fire, we're talking about that he gave him coal. He didn't give him fire. The cheresh went ahead and blew the coal and made it into fire. So then you say that you are potter because the Cheresh did it. The Teis mentioned earlier, because I didn't have to know. The Cheresh is not supposed to be able to light the fire so strong. When you put him in Shav Chayav, my taimo boiri his eiko. It's clear they'll do a nezik, and Isha Mishal Moino. It's considered to be that you gave the shirt to your Cheresh. Even Shav is potter. According to Rabbi Yochanan, why? Why Shav is potter? Maybe not why. According to Rabbi Yochanan, the more said, we just said the Yeshiva Shuchitzov. Rabbi Yochanan goes very good Lishtase. Because the Yeshiva Shuchitzov is Chitz the Cheresh. And that's the Gemara says, Kasovet Safto the Cheresh Kagorim. The Cheresh is the one who did it. Why? Because he's the one who, it's considered to be his Koyach. So he did it. It's a Chitz of the Cheresh. Now, and he caused it. In this case, now Rashi mentioned earlier that tzavta can be written say in two ways. Either tzavta with a base, which means the togetherness. The cheresh was together with the fire. Sorry, that's with a vav. Tzavta with a vav means togetherness. The cheresh together with the fire. Or tzavta with a base, lashon tzvat. He's holding on to it. So the cheresh is the one who did it. Like Michael, but the mosoloi gavzo silto v'sharko. And not chayav until he gave him. Gavzo means dry wood. Silto means small wood, and he gave him the fire, meaning he gave the cheresh all the instruments to cause the fire. So this is a little bit harder to understand, because if you're going to hold Ishu, so what is more saying? Rabbi Yochanan says it's the responsibility of the cheresh to do it. They did it. Rabbi Yochanan says Ishu Shulchitzu, the cheresh did it. It's a koyach of the cheresh. But if the owner gave the cheresh all the material to cause the leika, so then the other is chayav. Why is it chayav? So Rashi says chayav because he's pesheah. He's pesheah, meaning he caused the cheresh to do it. But the mice is koyach the cheresh. It's not me that did it. It's the power of cheresh, right? So it's considered to be so that's a little problem. The Toys is learning not like Rashi. Toys learns that even Rabbi Yochanan says you're part not because Ishu Shuchitzov. Because we're going to learn tomorrow's daf that even Mandama holds Ishu Shuchitzov also agrees Ishu Shuvamayna. So you're chayav because it's your fire when you gave him all the material. But you didn't give him the material. Rabbi Yochanan holds, like we saw earlier in the test. Rabbi Yochanan holds, I didn't know the cheresh was going to do it. I thought the cheresh was going to be able to hold on and make the fire. But you gave him more material, you gave him the fuel, then you're chayav. So that's what it is. According to Rashi, right now they're going to say it's only because Ishu Shuchitzov, the Shalom, why is it chayav? To see Pesheah says something like, I forced the cheresh to do it, and that's why it's more your responsibility, which still needs more Havana. But we'll stop over here, and this is the end of today's daf, and Be'ez Hashem will continue on Shabbos at 8 a.m. Kol Tov.